Okay. Hello. I don't want to interrupt the song, but hello. Um what are the commands here? I don't have as many fun and interesting commands as Steve or Rev do. Um I mainly just have I have exclamation mark good song with no space, which gives you the cat jam, rat jam copy pasta and commands for like friends to uh make funny sounds happen sometimes. Like the exclamation mark Steve one. I have been like getting ideas for other commands to do. Like I kind of want to have a D20 command, but I haven't set it up yet because I don't know how it works exactly. I'd probably ask Steve and see if using it at Nightwad would work. Anyway, I'm not there. Hello, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Mal and Rev and Zeri and Kier and Natsu and Dog times three and Gift Shop. Did I say Gift Shop already? I don't remember. Hello, everyone. I love you all. I am going to start doing something called Minecraft Monday. Um, how? Oh, my guy isn't speaking. Uh oh. I disconnected and reconnected my. Oh, hey, look, you can see. Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to the man behind the screen. Anyway, now I'm speaking. Hello. It's almost like I was miming, perceiving. No, don't look at me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to like consistently keep up with like a Minecraft Monday kind of thing, but I think it would be fun to have like specific days where I play a specific type of game, like a more of a sandboxy game like Minecraft versus a game like Alan Wake. Oh, that's on my gaming scene. Hang on. There we go. I'll just sit here. We can look at Scratch. Anyway, um what was I saying? And play like more like story-based games like during the day maybe during my like earlier streams so that anybody that wants to like keep up with stories in the games don't have to stay up so late because I know that some homies have to go to bed, especially if they live in other time zones. I don't know how to get the blush overlay to work on my like just chatting screen because I'm using what's it called? Trigger Fire to like do a lot of the on-screen and sound alerts and stuff targeted toward me specifically. Yeah. I know you got to go to bed. You got to go take care of yourself and get a somewhat slightly normal sleep schedule. You know, normal being, you know, earlier than like 6 a.m. um but I am quite deep in my Minecraft obsession, and it is all Rev and Anna's faults. Yes, I am blaming both of you. Listen, it was one time this year so far, and it was Stardew Valley's fault. Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes you're just playing Stardew Valley and you just keep doing days, and you're like, oh, well, I want to do this today, and then you do a day, and then the next day you're like, oh no, wait, I want to do this because next time I play, I won't remember to do this specific thing, but I'll just do like another day. Um, what? Yeah, it's you and Anna's fault. Anna says that it's your fault because you were the one that made the server that then Anna wanted both of me and them to join. Um, but Anna is the one that gifted it to me. Because, like, had Anna not insisted that I join your server, you would have made the server, and I would have been like, that's really cool. I hope you guys have fun. Um, but then Anna held a gun to my head in Minecraft and said, "You're joining the server." That means it's Sharkbox's and Steve and Dolphin's fault too. I think we're just gonna be playing the blame game all day. Everybody's a little bit at fault, and except for me, I'm innocent. I've never done anything wrong in my life, and I definitely am not obsessed with it. I feel like I'm. If anyone is innocent, it's me. Yeah, that's fair. Sari is just sitting in the corner, really, really hoping that the hype about Minecraft is still going by the time he gets the laptop that he wants. Um, and I hope so too. Because I have watched you guys play Minecraft in the past, and you guys know so much, and I have learned a lot. Specifically, Kier and Anna, but also Sari. Knowing my luck, it'll be demons all over again. Yeah, I'm still sorry about that. We should all play Demonologist again. I know they added some stuff, possibly? Or did we already see the new stuff? I know we played it like once, and then we all went back to Baldur's Gate. Because we were obsessed. Do you get the impression that this friend group just kind of like moves from obsession to obsession? Because that's true. All I know is that there's a Faz update this week. We also need to play Faz. Really, what's funny is that the only reason I want to play Faz right now is because I want achievements. They came out with achievements for the game, and there's achievements for finding each type of ghost, and like some for like specific things about ghosts. Like there's one for escaping a revenant that I saw the other day, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, that sounds like that would be fun." We do got big hype. We are all we're all a little neurospicy around here. A little bit insane. Um a little bit autistic. We got some ADHD. And we just love video games. Also, as you can see in the corner of the screen, I now have a currently playing thing that shows you what I am currently playing. We're also all a little bit gay as well. I forgot about that part. You describing me? Yes. Describing everyone. Pretty much everyone is one of these things. They're gay, they're trans, they're uh autistic, they have ADHD or ADD. I'm all, see? It's just how it goes. But yeah, I've been thinking about having like a little currently playing music kind of thing in the corner, and now I finally have it. And it's all because Spotify actually introduced like a little mini player thing, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, I might open Minecraft we can start playing. My I, I was watching Kier play on the server and make her little house, and it just instills more and more in the fact that if Anna had not told me to live with them, I would be living in a shack in the middle of the woods. Because I don't know how to build in this game. Oh, my mouse is gone. Where is my mouse gone? Oh god. My mouse has disappeared. Why is my mouse gone? Like what like oh god. There we go. If I do like the full screen, my mouse disappears. Why can I see it on OBS but I can't see it in my game? Why why can't I see my mouse? I love technology. I love technology so much. Anyway, I don't really need to see my mouse while I'm in game, really. What was I doing? They literally just making like a house and stuff. Not doing anything in particular. I love my rose bushes. Yeah, for some reason I can't see my mouse when it's full screen. Whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter unless I'm in this screen, I guess. Okay, I'm not doing full screen then. There's gonna be like a little bar above and below my game then. Okay. Might turn the music down just a little bit more. I think the way that I've been playing Minecraft is a little bit more farming sim than other people do. Because in my solo save, I have I already searched? Have I completely searched this area? I think in my solo save, I that's basically what I've been focusing on. It's just farming and doing a little bit of adventuring to like find some new stuff in the area, and that's pretty much it. I should probably ah nah get back here. Okay. Oh, I have leather now. Nice. I'm evil. I'm sorry. Hey, fuck you. Ow. I'll take that. I am always running out of arrows. I have no idea how to actually keep arrows. Or, like, consistently find arrows, I guess. I'm gonna die again. Booter. Oh my god, why is it always a child? 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 I don't want to talk about it, okay? I, I don't want to talk about how I just got beaten up by a tiny little zombie, okay? Why are they so terrifying? Usually people put infinity on their bows. But also you're very I also don't know how enchanting or whatever it is works at all. I I understand that it's got something to do with the books. And something about the purple stuff. And they give you neat things. You only need to have one arrow on you. That's really interesting. Yeah, all I know is that it's got something to do with like the books. And there's like one that makes it easier to mine underwater question mark. Now I know about infinity. I'm learning so much. Gee, oh, fuck you, dude. Fucking creepers. So something else I've been thinking about doing on my channel is having a no swear redeem. I feel like I would not be able to do it that well. Hey, get back here. Get back here. I keep hitting all of the plants. Ah! Oh, whoa. Imagine. Oh, there's barking happening. I'll let him live. Pumpkins. I still don't know what exactly you can do with pumpkins, aside from making pumpkin pie. Probably shouldn't have been doing that with my sword. It's fine. I'll take that. Fishies. A cow. Yes, I'm so glad that you saw the cow that I hadn't just smacked with my sword. Look at them, they're so cute, and they stare at you so that it makes it harder to kill them. Good song. Sometimes I think I'm too soft for this game. Hi Deanna, I love you. I hope you're doing well. My hyperfixation was book enchantment, so we'll talk about it forever. Honestly, oh, I have another wooden sword. Oh yeah, that's right. I found where I died. I forgot about that. I found my vacation home. I suppose I could start like adventuring or something. Maybe find like a better place to have my house set up. I should probably grab some supplies before I actually do that then. Because I will die immediately. As soon as the sun sets, I've died. I do have cooked salmon. I don't know. Can you just eat pumpkins? It's probably a stupid question, but nope, but you can build with them apparently. Can I just build my house out of pumpkins? Thoughts? Lurk playing DBD. Imagine playing DBD. Could not be me. Okay, so I do have some cooked salmon. And some cooked mutton. Might bring that as well. Just because I'm silly. I have extra pickaxes, but not an extra sword. I'm going to make an extra sword. Could not be me anymore. I never play DBD anymore unless... Oh, I had sticks. Oh, that's fine. No, 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 that's fine. Nope, wait. It's one stick, two of these? Yes, okay. See, I'm learning. Yeah, sometimes I really, really, really wish I were back into my Dead by Daylight phase. Because that was such an interesting time of my life. And sometimes I miss it. Ow. My ankles. Let me see if I can find like a pretty place to stay. That is, if my game doesn't lag. We go adventure and find a new place to stay, and then I immediately get distracted by a cave. I've been played in over a week. Thank you, Concerned Ape. Thank you, Concerned Ape, for our lives. I don't have torches, but I wasn't really planning on mining too much. Oh, or since I'm here, and I always need more coal. Yay! The level, like the XP sounds are so pretty. I kind of want to use one as an alert. Yep. Let's see. Minecraft has such good noises, and then there are some that are so bad sensory, like mud. Mud is such bad sensory, and I don't know what exactly it is, but not a fan. Not a fan. I hear a noise and I pull out my sword. Ooh, hello? I think they might be in like a cave or something. Puppy! I don't know how to get puppy. But also I'm afraid of him getting hurt. So we're gonna just keep walking. I know that cats you like use cod, but I haven't seen anything about dogs. Just any fish, really? Okay. I want a cat first because I am cat person. Very much a cat person over a dog person. More pumpkins. Use a bone? Oh, okay. So it's any fish for cats, but a bone for puppy. Okay. Question mark? Or pufferfish, really? Aren't pufferfish like bad technically? Oh. Oh. Hello, cave. Hmm. Sorry, in Nether is scary. You know, I haven't gone into that area at all, except for like the one time that I went in to just look around. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. Oh god. There's zombies. So so last night on my my solo save, I found a um a lush cave? Question mark, is that what it's called? With like the moss and the axolotls and stuff. Um and then I died like 8 times trying to find that place again. One time there was a creeper. I like found it. I had reached the lush cave again. I found it. I went up to the edge of like the went up to the edge of the opening, and then a creeper came up behind me and blew up and blew me off of the edge, and I died. So yeah, my time playing Minecraft has been a lot of fun. I'm being attacked, but I am simply ignoring it. It's fine. That makes it go away, right? There are just too many trees. I have completely lost where I am, but that's fine. Oh. Hi, puppy. Ah, bruh. Fuck off. Ow. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Ow. The Nether is treating me terribly. Oh, no. You got this. I'm sorry, how can I not go into such an inviting cave? I mean, like, I asked you. Oh. I know I have no torches, and this is stupid, but, like, it was set up so well to let me in. How could I say no? Ah, that's how I could say no. Oh God, fine. Fuck off. Ah! Oh Jesus Christ! Everything's fine. They're fighting each other. Let's see who wins. Oh, the skeleton one, of course. Everything's fine. I looked at an Enderman specifically to try and fight him, and I dug into a wall so he couldn't get me. And a ghast was like, I, I. The thing is that I know basically what like a ghast is. It's like the big white thing, right? Spits fire. Is that what I'm thinking of? But like, what can a ghast do exactly besides fly around and spit fire? I don't know. How do you encounter a ghast? How do you fight one? No fucking clue. I really know fuck all about this game. And I think that shows by the fact that I keep getting lost in caves. They fly and spit fire. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, I probably should not go any further into this place. Oh, but arrows. I'll take those. This phantom is being a bitch. Go take a nap. Smile. Does it not work if you just like go lay down, even if you can't actually sleep? No, my axe. Oh, ow. Ah, me up. Ah, lava. Of course. I'm like, what is that light? Of course it's lava. What am I thinking? How did I get in here? Up above. I can't. I can't get up. Thing's fine. It didn't used to, but maybe it does. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that's what Anna told me to do at one point. Because I was being harassed by phantoms. Of course, then I went and laid down, and they were still there, but then the sun came up, and I never actually found out if they would continue to attack me. Oh, nice. I should probably get out of this cave. But Cole, my beloved. XP noise. Oh my god, there's so much. Jesus. I have yet to piss off an Enderman because I specifically understand what it's like to not want eye contact. You know? Like, don't look at me. Don't perceive me. I'm just a weird little guy carrying a block of dirt around. Like, I relate to that. I feel that in my soul. You know? Oh my god. Do you fucking mind? Is this not where I came from? I need pearls. What do you need pearls for? Oh god. I am so easily lost. I need to stop. Aha. I knew I'd find my way out eventually, or I would perish. And, I don't care that much which way it went. Okay, lightning. Let me out of here. Oh my god. Fuck off. Oh, hey. Uh... I don't... I know that these have something to do with enchanting. And I only know that because, of Anna. Let's go, Lapis. I don't know what... Hi, Laird. I love you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna stand in this area and hope not to get struck by lightning. I want to go to the roof. I don't know what that means. But I hope you're having fun. It is very funny, like, playing a little bit of Minecraft, um, and being friends with Anna, who, like, knows a lot about Minecraft and, like, making XP farms and skeleton farms and all of this stuff, and I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna go in this direction and get fucking lost. Ow. I'm gonna die again. Oh god, I am actually okay. It's fine. However, I have some iron. And some lapis. Still don't know what exactly to do with this. Yeah, this song is really good. I like it. I was shot by a skeleton. I love how it keeps telling me, like, every time I go to sleep, it's like, hey, you died being shot by a skeleton, by the way. That's funny. So what is it? What is it about the skeletons that are riding spiders? Like, what is that? Why is that a thing? Cowboy, okay. Yeehaw. Or something. Hello, Spooter. Ah! My sword broke. That's not fair. Sorry. It's cheating, actually, to continue to attack me. My sword broke, and I need to get the other one out of my inventory. I don't know what I need sugar for, but I'm just gonna collect them. Baby zombies can also ride chickens? What? What the hell? What the fuck is this game? Like honestly, like what? Because there are like 2 cherry trees here. Oh yeah, this is the cave that I first found. But this is that is not enough cherry trees for me. I suppose I could like try to make an area with more uh cherry blossom trees. Baby zombies riding chickens have broken my zombie farm so much. Hmm. Yeah, I saw you I saw you having to deal with the tiny little zombies in the zombie farm, and you were like, look at this little shit. He's just like, haha, you can't reach me. Which is very funny. Why are the tiny zombies just so terrifying? Like, they cause such a panic in my chest anytime I see one. Like, who decided to give them the right to be so fucking tiny and terrifying? There's probably a skeleton in the cave. It's like, oh god. Let me out. Fine. I'll grab some of these as well. Oh, I can make pink dye. Let's go. I don't know why exactly I decided that when I was making my my other save, I needed all of my fences to be made like to be the pink fences that you can make with the cherry tree wood, but it looks so pretty. Yep. Just running around collecting pink flowers at this point. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go up further. Trying to work on YouTube stuff again. Just uploaded videos for every other day in April through the 19th. Let's go. That's exciting. Yeah, I started this year thinking to myself, I want to start making content for like other platforms and stuff. And I have not. But I am proud of you and all that you've been working on. You put a lot of work into the content that you make. All right. I've like had ideas for making like videos for YouTube and stuff for like quite a while. And I have like zero motivation most of the time to actually do it. However, I have had an idea for an April Fool's joke video for so long. And now that I've said this, I can't do it this year because you guys will be on the lookout for an April Fool's joke. But just know that at some point, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger on an April Fool's joke. Uh, yep. Okay, listen. Okay. I know I said I wasn't here to mine, but the coal is just sitting here. And you know, I I just need it. Give. Okay. Working on D&D builds YouTube channel to share all my absurd builds in one place. You do have some big ideas. And they seem to work out for you, which is the incredible part. Oh, lava. Well, that's interesting. Hang on, I need to turn on my lights. It's gotten dark all of a sudden. Hang on. It's a nice vantage point to see some stuff. I kind of want to go see the lava over there. Shared one of the builds I made for the channel with a friend for a level 21 shot, and their DM called me to cuss me out about the build. Yeah, I recall I recall Cade being like, "Yeah, you know what? I don't wanna DM for you cuz you always come up with the most absurd shit and it works." Oh, that's a tree that's on fire. Well, that's awkward. Arson! You say what as if I call you arson? When was the last time I called you arson? At most, I have called you arso to give you shit. Because it's funny. And then you call me slimes, bro, and I cry a little bit on the inside. Come here. Come here. I just missed twice. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just running in random directions and getting absolutely fucking nowhere. I'm stuck on a tree. Getting stuck on a tree is not just a Dead by Daylight thing. It happens to the best gamers. That is a lot of trees. Let me up. This game is very pretty. You ever call it? Yeah. At most, I say or so because I think it's funny when people don't realize that the full name is arson. Oh well, there's some more fire happening over there. I am in the nether. I ain't got no brain. Yeah, that's fair. This game is very pretty. I'm gonna take that screenshot and then forget that I ever took that screenshot because I don't know where the screenshots live. Ah! Fuck off. I feel like I could. I thought I just jumped off of the cliff there for a second. Life flashed before my eyes. I feel like this is a bad idea. But we go. We vibe. We vibe. We run and we vibe. I want to explore. I'm lost, but I want to explore. It's fine. So Bladeslinger's subclass for wizard can cast a cantrip as part of the attack action at level 6. So I added some warlock levels and Echo Knight Fighter to make things more absurd. It does over 700 damage in a single turn with a couple magic items for setup. So what you're saying is one man adventure? Oh, it's I feel like I'm loading like a lot of the area and it's lagging slightly. More pumpkins. Oh. Oh, that's dangerous right there. Yes, everybody follow Rev. Rev is the best. Rev is beloved. Rev is also the reason why I'm playing Minecraft. Well, indirectly the reason why I'm playing Minecraft. The real reason is Anna. I am just sitting here, yeah. Oh! I don't know what I'm doing. Different different build that is one man party. It can do around 250 to 300 damage at level 20 while also keeping stealth buffs up and constant heals for the party while also giving defensive actions. So what the fuck? Where's this light coming from? Ah, lava. Of course. Why am I always why am I ever questioning? It's always lava. Fuck you. Ow. Did this sheep just attack the zombie for me? Hi Kippy, I love you. I hope you're doing well. I will do that hydrate. Ah, ad break. Okay. Ad should be done. Hello again. Did this sheep just save my life? I'm honestly curious. Oh, hello sheep. But hi Kippy. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Always nice to see you. More pumpkins. There are so many pumpkins. I'm running into danger in every direction. Hey, it's one of the dudes. Hello. Yes, lots of cat kisses. That fuck off. Ah, shit. Fuck. Why is it always creepers? Fucking creepers every time. God damn. What was that? Granite? Or sand? Did I just pick up some sand? I think I might have to admit to myself that I just like mining. Man, I love mining. Oh, that's a fella. Hmm. I think I'm good, bro. Wait, what's that? That is a lot of zombies. That's a lot of horses, actually. That is so many horses. Oh my god. Why are there so many? That's so many horses. This is just where the horses live, I guess. Jesus. Wait, this is that weird tree type that I haven't seen before. And while I'm playing solo at least. Was that like a acacia or something? Do you guys fucking mind? There's another one. It's fine. God damn it! Why are there are always so many fucking zombies? Okay. Oh god, the trauma is resurfacing. Oh no. You can survive one, listen to it, uh get into it, yeah. Sorry. My brain just tripped over the name of the song so much. I promise I will not listen to it on repeat for an hour. It was more than an hour. I don't remember how long it was. My current dumb project is I am making a vampire player character using, funnily enough, lycanthropy in particular, being a werebat for the blind sense and better stats, while using barbarian, echo knight, and gloomstalker for a crazy number of first round attacks. 8 attacks first turn for an average first round of around 130 damage at level 13. I have 7 more levels to build with. Jesus. That is a lot of that is a lot of attacks. I have been enjoying Gloomstalker Ranger in Baldur's Gate, I will say. The um the extra attack is very, very tasty. The skeleton. I can hear it somewhere. Oh, I'm just finding all kinds of caves and I don't have enough equipment to like actually go in. This one looks cool. Too bad I have no idea how to get back here. I mean, like, I could take down the coordinates, but I am so bad with the coordinates. Why? Why? Why is this page so overwhelming? Why is there so much on it? Why does this have so much information? It overwhelms me every single time I open it. I could still take down the coordinates just in case I magically get better at reading coordinates. At least not getting overwhelmed by them. Because, like, the idea of the coordinates makes sense. But when I'm oh, but when I'm in this menu, it is so overwhelming. Table Talk, Gloomstalker is so much better. The attack is part of the attack action, so when you action surge, you get to do it a second time. Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. I've never seen like this type of area. That's cool. I am, however, running out of food, which is awkward. Yeah, I know that they changed some things between like actual D&D and the game just to make it like just and Baldur's Gate just to like make it simpler probably and like fit more into an actual like video game style. Ooh. Oh, there's a buddy down there. Ow. My ankles. Okay, hi buddy. Yeah, I haven't seen this kind of area either. Just doing all kinds of adventuring today, aren't I? I'm getting absolutely nowhere and I have no idea how to get back aside from just perishing. But I never started playing Minecraft to be good at it. I always feel like video games are the most fun when you have no idea what's going on, but you're vibing. My poor DM, she got us into an area where my Twilight cleric doesn't have his armor. My AC is still 20. You are just simply too strong. Too strong. What is it? Oh, sad. Ow. Ooh. Melon, nice. I have grown melons. I have a question. Okay, I have a question, and I hope somebody at some point will have an answer for me. Okay, so in my other save, I have grown a melon, and that meant that I unlocked the like uh the recipe where you can like mix it with gold. Why? Please tell me why. It is called glistering melon. Why is it called glistering melon? Fuck. Angry. Miss. Yeah. Why is it called glistering melon? When the term is glistening with an N. Like, is there an actual reason? Because glistening is something. Glistening means something is shining, which would make sense. But it's glister. Sorry. I'll move on. But I've been wondering about this for like the past 2 days. The common joke at our table is everyone but Laird levels up. I don't need him getting stronger. You are simply too strong. I think they should nerf you, actually. Too strong, must be nerfed. How does this work? I thought that was a creeper for a second. Ow. Okay. Yeah. The solution to nerfing me is to attack my character's wife so he spends his action econ saving her slash the rest of the party, therefore can't attack. You know, that sounds like a perfect plan, actually. I should get out of caves. If I don't have torches, it's got to be difficult to see on stream what I'm doing. I suppose I could make a couple torches. No torch run confirmed. It's more like I didn't actually plan before I left on my adventure, which is something that happens to me so much. I'm like, I'm gonna set off on an adventure, and then I forgot to bring proper amount of food. I mean, like I could try not doing any torches, but I think it might be more enjoyable to actually be able to see what I'm doing. What's that? Cocoa beans. Oh. There's more coal. Oh god. Coal is everywhere. And it calls to me. Two party members went down in a fight recently, and my cleric got mad and dropped a 7th level spirit guardians that almost finished the encounter in that turn. Wow. Burb! Burbs! 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 You get seeds, you can tame him. I am so scared. I am so scared of any animals I tame. They're smooching, by the way. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your moment. You guys go back to it. Don't get one. You'll accidentally kill it and it will wreck you. Yes, I remember. I remember the fall of the burb that you adopted. I did destroy their moment. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I'll just be going. My bad. Oh. Wait, can I climb? Oh, wait, can I? What am I climbing exactly? Am I climbing like just the tree? Or am I climbing these? Let me up. Oh. Ah! It's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I don't know how to do it. It's fine. This is definitely a cat jam. Oh yeah, I've made a button. I made a button so that I can put the big cat jam on the screen. I put a button on my stream deck so I don't have to tab out and find the source so that when we have a cat jam moment. I'm so good at streaming. Shrimp Alfredo. Hell yeah, brother. Whatever that means. Ow. Yeah. I am in a sea of trees, and I'm so lost. It's fine. There's gonna be another really cool cave that I can't go into. Ooh. I suppose I could. And hear me out on this. I can. You know my could make a couple of torches at least. Wait, am I dense? Oh, okay, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I'm so good at Minecraft. I definitely remember everything. Yeah, torches. Let's fucking go. Really? Oh, he dancing. Oh, he dancing. How did you even see me? Like, honestly. Honestly and for real. This place is cool. Why is he dancing to the music though? Like, why is he actually dancing to the music? Ooh. Ooh. This cave looks pretty cool. Still doing it. He just dancing. I think I have a hard time judging like distances in games like this sometimes. And like how close something has to be before I can hit it. Ooh. This place is cool. Mining, my beloved. I really do think that that farming and like exploring mines are like the thing that I love the most in this game. Ah, Wooder. Oh god, everything's fine. Ah, let me out. Fuck. Oh, it's a bat. Bruh. Okay, bye. He's just floating. He's just living his best life. Ooh, iron. Oh, well, there's water again. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Ah, it's fine. I was gonna try to go back up, but you know what? It's fine. He's just slowly making his way to the other side. Um, you, hey, creeper, hey, man, you might have to jump on the lower, uh, stone before you can jump up there, buddy. Hey, buddy, I don't want a backseat or anything, but, but like you gotta jump on the lower one first. He's not listening. What the fuck was that? Oh. Okay. Goodbye. Listen, sometimes you just don't know things until somebody tells you. I was just trying to be helpful, but they're just not listening to me. Like I have my own backseating command, like I get it, but like sometimes you can only watch somebody like jump so many times. Ah! Jesus Christ! Why is it always a child? It's not a child, it's just a tiny little zombie. Oh god. Why? 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 Let it play the game his way, man. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to ruin anybody's fun. What a tiny little thing. Why? Why are they so scary? Oh, ah, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, God, what have I done? Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah. Ah. Why are they so difficult to hit? Why are they so scary? God damn it. Well. I'm sorry, Rev. I yeah, you know what? We just gotta do our best sometimes. And sometimes our best just like isn't that great. And that's okay. Actually, I should probably make that into iron bars. you know, sometimes we do our best, and sometimes the best isn't that great, but it is our best, and you know what? And that's good. I should probably make that into sugar. I don't know why I need sugar. Why did I make sugar? I don't know. Maybe I want to make a cake. There I go. Do you have cooked cod? I kind of want to hold on to like the better food. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because they are fast and they have a shit ton of health for some reason. They're also just like really hard to hit. Like, why are they so difficult to hit? Like, why is like the hitbox so weird? Well, here we are again. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do. Hmm. The question is, do we want to go on an adventure again? I know we literally just died, but like, what if we go on an adventure again because I like adventuring? Of course, I could also start like making a farm, which is also good. Maybe we make a little farm. We give it a rest for a little bit. We give it some time, and then we go back out for an adventure. I was kind of hoping to find like a forest of the cherry trees. Wooder. Small and awful. So true. It's so cold in my office, it's making my joints hurt. Anna, you sound like an 84-year-old man. I'm gonna collect all of these flowers. These flowers are for you guys. There. I need to just get these kind of out of my way because I want to start making a form. Every flower I pick up is for you guys. Okay, so what is it? It's 4, right? In every direction. Hi Ash, I love you. I hope you're doing well. I sit in my desolate room, no lights, no music, just anger. You know what? I respect that. I absolutely respect that. Thank you for the pen. I feel like that's the vibe sometimes. Okay, so I have some wheat seeds. I need to, however, make a hoe. I'm kind of tempted. Can I make a... I can make a wooden hoe. Okay. I evidently have no eyes. There it is. Okay. I hope you're doing well today, Ash. 4, right? 4? We do a little bit of farming before we go out for adventuring some more. Oh, is my hoe gonna break before I finish? It's gonna break. Fuck. Let's see. I should have just made a stone one. Or is it just iron? Can you not make a stone? Oh my god. There are too many things. Sometimes my little brain gets a little bit overwhelmed. And that's okay. Sometimes your brain is just small. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Doing okay, just gonna have your stream on, and so thank you for hanging out. I appreciate that. I have always wanted this stream to be one of those things that you can have up while you're doing your own thing, because that's how I treat a lot of other people's streams. We just hanging out and we're doing some Minecrafting and some IRL crafting. Um, I will do a hydrate. Thank you, Kippy. Guys, look, I'm getting ready to go to bed before 1 a.m. Be proud of me. I am so proud of you, Sari. You are the best. I need... Oh, that's not what I meant to... That's not what I meant to do. I need more seeds. Give. Give. I'm just gonna punch some grass and it'll give me seeds. That's how it works, right? Punch grass, get seed. Something exciting happens, profit. Yes, everybody should follow Kippy as well. Rev, Kippy, everybody, pretty much most people in this chat have streamed or stream, and you should probably check out everyone. Including it's Slimes Bro, even though he's kind of stinky. Okay, I'm just gonna start planting the seeds that I do have. Yeah, a seedy place. Wait, that's bad. Imagine playing Minecraft. Who does that? Me. I need to stop putting fucking torches instead of punching grass. I should go to Beb before I get attacked by monsters. Okay. Maybe I will put some torches around, however. I'll put one here and here. Yeah. This is a very wholesome community, you know. Some of the times that we are beating each other up. You know, as a community does. Sometimes you just have to beat up the other people in the community as a way of showing how much you love them. Why did this tree grow into my house? Oh no. I have a flower. I'm gonna put that back. Yay, more seeds. Oh. Did I do that? I must have done that. Unless it got struck by lightning. Wait, can like lightning strike trees and stuff? I actually haven't experienced too many thunderstorms in this game. Yeah, everybody's bonking. And you know what? That's fair. What if I made a fence? I know this is kind of a silly thing to do, but like, what if? And hear me out. I'm gonna plant the, there's an ant on my screen. It's fine. Um, let's see. I don't think I have enough wood, question mark? At least not planks. I don't, you know what? I feel like I should remember how many planks or like how many pieces of fence I need, and yet here I am not being able to remember. just gonna go ahead and make the rest of this stack into planks. And then just make a couple, I guess. Like 5. This song makes me want to cry. I'm gonna skip it. I have no idea if that's enough. I just... Oh, okay. I just planted a tree in my living room. So that was not enough. Okay. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 16. And I can't do basic math. So, I hope you guys are okay with me not being able to do basic math, because that's just reality in my life. Wait, I need a gate as well. God damn it. I do this every fucking time. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, I need this many to finish the rest of the fence, and then I forget that I actually need one less than that because I need a gate. God. Every time. Without fail. I have extra fence for the next time though. Curse words. Gate? Is gate? Is gate bad? Gay? Yeah, it's illegal to be gay. Actually, we are totally straight here. 100% straight. And says, there was a fuck word inside. Oh. Yeah, I also, I never swear. I'm sorry. I will say that sometimes I don't know what is going on. Like most of the time, I don't know what's happening. I'm putting my torches back. But why is the torch? Why did it go inside? How did it get all the way in here? Hello? How did you do that? Okay. So one thing that I interestingly haven't found is like a village. And I know that wander around very aimlessly. Oh, hey, Steve's going to London. Bye, Steve. Have fun.
Miles, I fucking love you too.
Yeah, maybe not that Steve. I don't know if he has any plans of going to London. And you know, if he did go to London, I would tell him to have fun because that man does work pretty hard and he deserves time off. However, I don't think he's going to London. He could if he wanted to, probably. I feel like I've also talked about how the fucking audacity of AJR. They released this album and their music doesn't ever like I swear their music doesn't ever like actually consistently fit a vibe. It is always everywhere all the time. But the fucking audacity of these boys, these men, to put a song like Steve is going to London.
Say hi, Benji.
Mate! Hi, Storm Bunny. I love you. I hope you're doing well. They put this song about a song about like not knowing how to write a song and like some random words to distract you from not knowing what to do with your life, and then they followed this like ridiculous song up with a song about how their dad was like sick. So I am like laying in bed listening to their album, laughing about the ridiculousness of this song, and then the next song made me full on just cry in bed. And I was like, the fucking audacity. The gall. Reminds me of fun. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, okay. So maybe when I get some wheat, I'll go find a cow, possibly. Maybe we go to bed. This is my emotional support block of wood. Apple. Okay, I might put the bucket in there as well. I kind of want to plant these. I kind of want to plant these cherry saplings. Because I want more cherry trees around here. Bruh. No! I fucking hate creepers. I hate creepers. I hate creepers so much. How many times am I gonna have a fucking hole in my yard that I have to fill? It's fine. No, 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 no. It's fine. No, no, it's fine. No, no, it's fine. No, no, it's fine. I love this game. Everything's fine. No, no, no. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Okay, stuff still dropping from this tree. Hmm. Okay, so we have the farm starting. We have a cute little fence around it to protect it, possibly. We have some tulips for absolutely no reason. Um, what if we went on another adventure to find some stuff? Like, I don't think I can find my way back to where we were before. Because I am very directionally challenged. Unless there is very specific landmarks that I have found. And I remember getting lost in so many forests. Um, I do have cooked cod. So I'll probably not open and close my door 800 times. I will eat the cod. Um, my eyes are not functioning. I guess I'll bring the pork chop as well, so that I have some extra supplies. Okay. I feel like it would be nearly impossible for me to find my back way back to where I was. At least right now. I don't know the layout of this area that well. I am easily lost and confused. However, I'm gonna put this in my other hand so that it's easier to put down torches. I feel like I've been through this cave though. Oh, good song. Hello, Chimkin. Could be this way. Oh God, I can't get lost in a forest again. There are so many trees, and then I get turned around. Then I feel like I'm walking in circles. Because sometimes I am. Oh yeah, there's the lava. I remember that now. Ah! Ad break. So sorry, opposed of the fall. You have to wait. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Enjoy the music. I haven't even left yet. I can stay if you want me to not go pee. It'll make you feel better. Okay, you guys have fun. Boo. Hello. I am back. I didn't abandon you guys. I just wanted to go pee. Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you guys. I want to start this song over. The song is good, and I like it. Okay. We have a welcome mat now. It's not pee. Are you sure it's not pee? Because you saying it's not pee makes me a little bit suspicious. Ah! Double poke to the fault. Ah! Gingersaur, hello! Hi! How are you doing? Dino Din is stomping in. The Dino Dance emote was literally made for you, wasn't it? It was made with you in mind, wasn't it? Ginger, how was your stream? Chance of last playing Chance of Sinar? What is that? I must know. I must know what that game is about. I've never heard of that before. You're good. I'm glad. I'm doing well. I'm dying over and over again in Minecraft, and you know what? That is the vibe. I don't know what I'm doing. It was very cool. It's a puzzle game where you're using clues to figure out the language as you climb the Tower of Babel. Oh, that's cool. That is very interesting. I am here twice now. Well, thank you for being here twice. But yes, thank you so much for trusting me with your community, Ginger Soar. It's always so nice to see you. If you have to go do your after stream self-care, get some food, get some water, go pee, you know, lay on the floor, do all of the good stuff. I completely understand. Thank you for trusting me with your community. I do have, hang on, sorry. We found some real Imperial March vibe warriors. It's neat. Floor time is best time, so true. I do have a little raid video. If anybody new here would like to know the general vibe of the stream. It's a lot of swearing. It's a lot of games, and it's a lot of not knowing what the fuck is going on. Enjoy.
Come over here.
Okay. Pussy. Whoa! Fuck! Would you like a cat? I have some. They're right over there. Cat. You stole my cat. We look ridiculous. It would be kind of funny. Let them eat poop. Really? Really, Sophie? Ah! Oh my god, my cat's sneezing.
Lives. Plenty of time, gamers, and I'm right by a door. They're probably gonna bring me in a little more. Yeah, good call. Oh, Limes, you heckin' legend! Oh my goodness, Limes. Limes! My goodness, Limes!
Fuck. Indeed. Anyway, hello. That is the general vibe of the stream. I never know what's going on. That was actually like the first time I'd ever played Among Us. And I panic murdered someone directly in front of Kiersey. Oh yeah, I have links turned off. I'm sorry. If you if you have a link, you can message Anna. Yeah, thank you. Someone delete that message, please. Okay. We got you. We got you. It just shows up as stars in chat if it was anything that was sensitive information. It does for everyone else except for you, it shows up as stars, like asterisks. And if there's like a link that you would like to if you would like to share you can message Anna, and they will post it. Fuck yeah. Also, hi Test here. I love you. Everybody that came in with the raid, welcome in. I love you very much. Today we are in fact playing Minecraft, and something that I am calling Minecraft Mondays, which mainly just includes me getting lost and then dying in increasingly embarrassing ways. Although I have not yet died to fall damage. However, I've been shot by a lot of skeletons and a zombie. Um Oh, I just threw my sword. I need that actually. Thank you. I don't want to talk about it. And here we have lava that's burning all of the trees around it. But you know what? That's fine. Where did I go? Where did I go after the lava? Kind of trying to find my way back to where I was before. Oh, hey, there's my house. Did I really just walk all the way around that mountain and then I came back? Um, getting all of our data. Oh no. Hacking into the mainframe, stealing everyone's social security number and credit card number and the three uh digit code on the back of the card and your mother's maiden name. And just all of the things. I don't think there's anything in here that I can take. Have I already been here? I think I might have already been here. My credit card number is 4. Wow, Anna, you can't just put that in chat. People are gonna steal it and they're gonna buy Fortnite skins with it. Oh no, wait, you already do that. Oh, gee, no way, mine is 5. Everybody's just doxing themselves. Buy yourself something nice. I do not. Yeah. You buy me skins in Fortnite, despite the fact that I have told you not to. Yeah! We just open Epic real quick. Remember to use code BaristaLad if you are buying skins in Fortnite. You know what? I'm gonna climb that uh hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. Ow. My ankles. My little Minecraft dude's knees are probably gonna hurt by the time he's like 25. Uh, uh, climb? I'm so good at parkour. Alright, do we have any idea where we are? Oh, hey, it's lava! Of course it's lava. There's always lava. There's pumpkins over there. I feel like I climbed something tall and then I looked around and there was an open, like, field. And on the other side was an area full of trees. Ow. Hmm. You know, I really wish I could, like, zoom in to see stuff. But I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough gamer for that. I love that both of you said that at almost the exact same time. I might get Optifine, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Hello. Get shit on. I am getting my ass kicked. No way. My XP. Tasty, tasty XP. Oh god. We held hands while typing it. Well, that's cute. Very slow elevator down. Freddy is here and he murmur butt. You know, I believe that. That is a very common thing that cats do. Oh god. Ah! Ah! Parkour! Hi, username! I love you, hope you're doing well. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck off! Oh god. Okay. It's fine. No, 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 it's fine. No, 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 it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm very good at this game. There's a Zambi. Well, I've come at an unfortunate time. The whole day has been kind of an unfortunate time. I've been dying repeatedly. However, I've been still having fun. So that is the important part. I've been feeling I've been a lot more adventurous since I turned on keep inventory. He's just jumping. You have a ton of fish from Rev. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have no idea how to get back to where I was before. What is that purple thing over there? I'm gonna climb down from this mountain and then I'm gonna get really fucking lost in this forest. And I'm never gonna find that purple thing that I was looking at from a distance. Our Lord and Savior, keep inventory. Yep. Okay, of course there's a creeper in my way. Oh, God. Excuse me. Oh god. Wait. Wait. I've seen these places. Wait. Ah, god. I swear to God. I swear to God. I keep accidentally putting torches while I'm eating. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Wait, I've seen these. I've seen these places before. Can I break this? Ooh. Netherrack. Can I break that? Magma block? I know that these have something to do with the ether question mark. Fire charge. Why have I found this on my stream save and not my fucking solo save? Lava. Oh, oops, I'm out of coal. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, I know how this has something to do with the this has something to do with hell. I don't think I can break this. At least not with my current equipment. You scared the shit out of me. Okay. Um. I might go ahead and take a screenshot of this. God, I hate that menu. I hate that menu so much. Because I know that this is important, and if I actually want to, like, do more than just farm and fish, which honestly I'm happy with. I would be just fine continuing to play and just farming and fishing and adventuring and mining. But if I wanted to do like the actual end game boss thing, I feel like that's important. If I just wanted to go further, I don't know. We have a new friend. Oh God. Did we adopt another pet? We already have like 20. We have so many cats in our house. I'm looping the skeleton. Okay. Woodder friend? Woodder friend? I know you have like axolotls that are in buckets. Are they out of the buckets now, or is there someone else? Is there another Woodder? Nope. Okay, well, I don't know what other aminal. A baby hort. Baby horsey. I suppose I should probably get a horse at some point. Ooh. I love how I have given up on trying to find the place that I was at before. Ow. Oh, hey! Nice place you have here. Can I come in? Oh, God. This is too much. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Get shit on. Ow. I'm gonna die again. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Well, I found some cool stuff while I was out this time. I also have some more wheat seeds that I can use, and flint and steel, which I assume is required for... I'm gonna have to make another chest, because I have so much stuff. More wheat seeds, though none of them... Oh. Are... grown, so I can't get more. Guess you gotta log on tonight. I had a horse for 5 seconds and then got killed and lost the saddle. Oh no. Yeah, I've been struggling a little bit. Like Anna in the the server got me a horse, and I was like, "This is very sweet. Thank you very much. I'm never going to use them because I don't want them to ever get hurt." And then Anna, oh, I can't access that because the ceiling is too low. That's upsetting. Should I make the place a little bit taller? Or should I start making a basement? I have not used the horse that Anna specifically helped me tame, and I feel a little bit bad about it. Make ceiling slabs. Is that just like the shorter, the thinner um, planks and stuff? Like that one. That is a pressure plate. Don't think that's what I'm trying to make. No. Sad. 3 across of the planks. Oh, it's just slabs. Okay. I don't want to use the jungle wood. Why do I even have the jungle planks? I'm so bored of sewing this thing. Technically, this is all I have left if I don't want to redo the arms. Wait, JK, I gotta do the sides. You got this. I believe in you. Oh, nice. However, my roof would be a different. Can I sleep? No. You can do this, Ash. I believe. Wait. Hang on. I'm gonna make it taller on these sides. It's raining in my house. Whatever am I gonna do? Oh, wow. What? Hearing this song while playing Minecraft is very nostalgic. You're damn right it is. Every fucking time this song comes on in my playlist, I remember watching your streams while you were still listening to non-cop like or music that wouldn't get muted. And MXM Tune was like a large chunk of that music. that how I'm supposed to do it? Yep, I have very distinct memories of you playing The Sims or Minecraft. Oh, that bugs me. I guess I didn't really have to make another layer up. It's fine. Okay. So we're installing a second chest above the first. What do I want this to be? Just like building materials, possibly? Let's move this around actually a little bit. What is fire charge? I don't even know what that is. Never heard of that. Oh, the friend is gone? Oh no. I guess I'll put this in here with that. Let's see. Put these things here, these things there. Move the sticks and the fishing rod. I still have extra doors. Why do I have so many extra doors? Actually, I'm gonna put this in here and put tree seedlings in here. We'll move this down here. I still don't know what to do with those exactly. I'll have a row of like food and stuff. Maybe a row of food and then a row of like stuff that can be made into food. Because for some reason I keep picking up sugar. And I have tulips. I have so many orange tulips. Oh no. Okay, so the cocoa beans. Do the cocoa beans grow the tree that I found in the like the jungle tree? Because I did. No, okay. Then what do they do? It's nighttime. I'm gonna take it. I was shot by another skeleton. Skeletons are not my friend. Okay. Okay. So I do have some wheat now. So I could technically build a little pen, maybe? Get some cows. I already have 3 fence posts. Good song. Uh, sticks. Let's see. 15 is enough, surely, to make a small pen. I understand that you like want your pen to be small so that like the animals can't get away when you attack them. However, it makes me really sad. I am once again forgetting that I need a gate. I guess I don't really need a gate. Yeah, I do. Make a gate with, but it's this way, right? Yeah. Yeah, I remember some things. To start, this will be good enough. I feel like I saw some cows or animals over this way. Maybe. Aha! Cow! But there's a river. Shit. Yep. Oh. Hello. You're not really who I was, going for. I suppose I could take a sheep. General self-care check for everybody. Make sure... Oh, there's a cow. Make sure that you are drinking some water and eating some food. If you have not done either of those things in a while, please go do it. Get yourself a snack. Get yourself some water. And take your pills. Take your pills if you have not taken your any kind of daily medicines. Anna. um Make sure to do that. Make sure to take care of yourself. Um yeah, stretch as well. I think I always forget to say to stretch, but stretching is always a good idea. If you are sitting on your foot, please stop. Come on in. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. Come further. No. In. Can I close the gate? Okay. No. No. I made my pen too small. Fuck. Get in. God. Ridiculous. I am full of medicine at the moment. Okay. Let's see. What I got distracted by the cow. Hang on. Take your meds. If you have blue light glasses and you've been staring at a screen, make sure that you put them on. Or, if you're Rev, protective glasses. If you don't have any blue light glasses to protect your eyes and you've been staring at a screen for a long period of time, please. Oh, I have more. Oh, I could have made the pen bigger. Give your eyes a little screen break. Go maybe stretch, take a walk. I could just make it bigger. I could just make it bigger. Okay. What do I normally say? Give your pets a pat and be kind to yourself. I have a little animal pin now. Let's go. Making progress. I suppose I could break some of these crops. Always, always be kind to yourself. I feel like sometimes I forget to end it with that, but that is also part of the self care check. It is to be kind to yourself because you are doing your best. And I am proud of you. Bite an egg, yeah. By protective glasses, I am prone to using. I am prone to use of power tools. Please protect your eyes, Rev. Okay. Bothers me that it's not going to be centered. It's fine. I went too deep in the mines. I'm past where coal spawn. I need to go find another cow. I saw a diamond and my brain went, ooh. Diamond is very pretty. So I can't blame you for that. So the water continues going. I wonder if I can make a little bridge. Maybe not an official bridge, but one just wide enough that I can get this cow across the river. Let's see. This is a cat jam. I agree. Let's see. What did I came to get, like, dirt. That's right. Okay. I do feel like sometimes my playlist is a little bit everywhere. And I think I like that about it. It's literally all just music that I like. I could just be in the water. Nope. Hello, cow. Would you like to follow me? No? Yes? Okay. Yeah, I had to think about it for a minute. Come on, buddy. I'm going to trap you. And you will never be the same. But it'll be fine, I swear. This is getting a little bit dangerous. Come on. Come on. Come on in. No, 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 no. In. Come on. Yeah, baby. Back. Back. Back, demons. Okay. Oh, hey. I love how it went sprout, full ass tree. Okay. No in between. I fell and then a zombie was right there, but then I found a diamond. Hey, the diamond makes it better. I see the light at the end of this tunnel of this neckband. You can do it, Ash. I believe in you. I believe in you so much. Oh, it's almost been 3 hours already. Jesus. My headset is dying. I have to plug it in. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have extra doors for some reason. I also have leather boots that are almost broken. Also, I heard a scary noise. Yeah. I still haven't figured out if like the scary noise is like actually something, you know? Because I'll be like in a cave and then I'll like hear a noise and the subtitles will be like eerie noise, but I don't know if that like actually does anything, you know? So, like, does that actually like signal something? Just broke that accidentally. It's fine. I should probably. Nah, it's just spooky. Okay. Should probably. Nope, it's just two. I think that's why I was confused. That's why I kept trying to put two to make the slab. Because it's two for carpet? Question mark. There we go. This goes in here. Um, I have aminos now. It begins. And here is where I start creating Stardew Valley in Minecraft. All I need is a nerd doctor to smooch. All the other people in this game, however, are like villagers and they suck.
Ah.
Yep, that is the sound that they make. I was very confused for a second. I was like, what's a little buddy doing down here? He got lost. It's actually me. fine. I should probably actually make an axe. But also sometimes I feel like that's a waste of resources. Because I can just punch. Is that more? God. There we go. Yeah, more wheat seeds. Give me more wheat seeds. I like gardening. There are so many tulips. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, there's a beehive here as well. That's cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna break that the bridge that I made. I also have two lips. One is smooch, yes. Ooh. Why is the water being like this? What? Why is the water in this game so fucking confusing? Like what? I have a divot in my river now. It, and it was because I interrupted the flow. And then when I was breaking it, the water was flowing into the spot where the water was missing now. The song is so pretty, too bad it's about yeah, that is true. I can skip it if anybody has any issues with it. Would you believe if would you believe it if we said it's better than it was? Pop some water near the edge and it might fix it. I don't have any wood there. I think I might have a bucket of water or a bucket that I can grab. Yeah, Hosier has a tendency to like make really beautiful songs and then you actually literally listen to the lyrics and it's like, "Oh yeah, we're together, but we are decomposing in a field and no one knows until the animals in the area start acting a little bit freaked out by something and then people find out that we're there." And it's like, that's kind of fucked up, dude. Then he's like, "Yeah." Jesus. It's the most romantic thing I've ever heard. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just odd. You know? Put that in there. I'm gonna put that there as well. I do have more wheat seeds. And then I'll probably get off soon. I need to stop breaking the next crop when I do that. Like, how do you not do that? No, I keep doing it. Jesus. Like, whatever crop is behind it, I keep breaking. Which is why I usually wait. I do it like that. Good song. Let's see. I might make a... I love how I have absolutely no fucking brain when I am streaming. I started to break the sand here so that I could put dirt there. But then I got worried about it breaking the water again. And I stopped. Wait. Oh, see, that's fine. Okay. But that's not... Okay. Okay. It's fine. No, 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 it's fine. Sure. Let me in. Getting stuck on the doorway. I think the last thing I'm probably going to do, and then we're gonna sign off and raid somebody. I'm gonna make a chest to put near the animals, or near the crops, or somewhere over there. They're kind of close. And let me make another one. Okay. Double chest. I have even more tulips to add to the collection. Okay, first we nap. I just saw a little guy riding a chicken. That sounds incredible and also terrifying. Oh, those little guys are way too fast. Okay, so I might put this like here. And then keep seeds and other crop related things in there. Wait, can I have them breed again? I don't really know the amount of time that you have to wait. Give me that. Okay, cool. Ah, thank you for snoozing the ads. I appreciate that because I'm going to go back in my house. And then we're gonna find somebody to raid. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And Ginger Soar, again, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. I technically have just switched to the wrong scene. Why did I do that? This one. This is where we're going. Let's go ahead and find somebody to raid. Let's see who's on. Can I tell Nico that I love her? Absolutely. She is not currently in here. She has taken to sleeping in the drawer underneath my parents' bed. That's just always where she is these days. I saw a notification. Oh, that's just a mention. Okay. I thought that maybe Syrup or Lurk were live. But no. Let's see who's on. Oh, Ketchup Soup is on. I have not been able to raid Ketchup Soup in a while. Ketchup Soup is playing Grand Theft Auto. And I think that's where we're going to go. He's only been live for an hour, so I think he's going to be on for a while. Okay. We're gonna go raid Ketchup Soup. If you guys wanted to do a Limes raid with the Arrive, or with Pride, or with Cool Cat, or with Kapow, or Popcorn, or any other emote that you want to use, or if you wanted to keep lurking, then that's cool as well. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you are not following Ketchup Soup already, please do. He he dresses up in a ketchup bottle a lot. He has a lot of The Office themed alerts and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think he's very funny. He's very, very cool. I met him through the surreptitiously and lurk, laugh, loathe communities, and just very cool. Plays a lot of different games. Currently is driving like a maniac in Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, I love you guys. Join the Discord if you would like to know more about when I'm going live and what I'm doing, and other things like that. I love you guys. I feel like I've messed up my outro, but that's part of my outro.